Hi there, and welcome to the Byline, where we discuss the strategies and technologies that are transforming business finance management. I'm Chris, and today we're tackling a pain point that nearly every project manager, operations lead, and finance director knows all too well: the project budget that just won't behave. You start a project with a meticulously planned budget. Every cost is accounted for, every contingency considered. Things are going great. Then you get to the end of the month, pull the reports, and that sinking feeling hits. You're over budget again. How did this happen? A small unapproved purchase here, an unexpected price increase there. By the time you see the numbers, the money is gone. Today, we're going to talk about how to get out of that cycle. We're going to explore why real-time project budget monitoring is essential for any business that wants to protect its profitability. So let's start by digging into the problem. The issue with traditional budget management is the lag time between a purchase being made and that purchase being officially recorded in your financial system. In that blind spot, budgets get broken. Think about your current process. A team member has to buy materials for a project, so they use a corporate card and submit a purchase order. Or maybe they just buy what they need and submit an expense report later. The invoice arrives and it sits in someone's inbox until it gets manually coded, sent for approval, and finally, weeks later, it hits the general ledger. By then, the project has moved on, and any opportunity to make any corrections is gone. This forces your finance and operations teams into a constant state of trying to explain variances instead of preventing them. This hurts your bottom line, and it erodes trust. How can you confidently report on the financial health of a project to stakeholders when your data is 3 weeks old? It also hinders your ability to forecast. If you don't have accurate live data on current projects, how can you create reliable budgets for future ones? Now, a lot of businesses have tried to solve this by investing in a variety of different tools, and it's worth taking a moment to understand why these tools, while useful for their specific purposes, fail to provide true, real-time control. Let's start with project management software. Platforms like Asana or Monday.com are used for collaboration and task management. They've even added budget tracking modules. But they aren't connected to your actual purchasing. They are systems of declaration, not systems of enforcement. A project manager can input expenses to track them against a budget, but the software can't stop someone from making an out-of-policy purchase. It's a passive observer of your financial activity. Then you have ERP and accounting systems. These are your ultimate source of financial truth. But their truth is historical. They are designed for meticulous record keeping and financial reporting, not for agile, in-the-moment management. An ERP is like a high-resolution photograph of where your finances were. What you need is a live video feed of where they are right now. Finally, we have the modern expense management platforms and corporate cards like Ramp, Brex, Expensify. You can set spending limits on cards and see transactions pop up almost instantly. They are best used for managing travel and entertainment expenses. But for project-based spending, they are incomplete because, first of all, they miss everything that isn't paid for by a corporate card. But a huge chunk of project costs, especially with vendors and contractors, is handled through invoices. Second, they lack the line-level data you need for real spend insight. A $2,000 charge from a hardware supplier doesn't tell you whether your team bought 100 units of the right item at your negotiated price or 80 units of the wrong item at a 25% markup. So if all these individual tools fall short, what does the ideal solution look like? It has to be a platform that addresses spending at the very beginning of the process, at the point of purchase, and unifies the entire workflow. This is the philosophy behind a procurement automation platform, like Order.co. Instead of treating purchasing, approvals, payments, and accounting as separate steps managed by separate tools, it brings them all into a single, artificial intelligence-powered system. This creates a completely controlled environment for spending. Let's walk through what that actually looks like. First, all vendors, all catalogs, and all potential purchases live in one marketplace for your team. Next, You embed your budget directly into the buying process. You set up automated rules and approval workflows for each project. Let's say a project has a $10,000 budget for materials. When a team member goes to order those materials, the system checks their request against the budget in real time. If the order is within budget, it can be approved automatically. If it exceeds the budget, it's instantly flagged and routed to a manager for review, so you're enforcing it before a single dollar is spent. And because every purchase is happening through one system, you get rich, line-level data. You can see precisely which items are being bought, from which vendors, and at what price. This allows you to spot trends, negotiate better deals, and make better sourcing decisions on the fly. You're no longer guessing where the money is going. Finally, this cleans up the back-end mess. All the crucial accounting data, like GL codes and project IDs, is captured up front and automatically applied to every transaction. At the end of the month, your accounting team doesn't get a mountain of rogue invoices to sort through. They get a consolidated, pre-coded bill at the end of every week or month that can be pushed directly to the ERP. This keeps your financial records perfectly in sync with your real-time spending. So, let's recap the key takeaways. First, relying on outdated data to manage project budgets is a recipe for failure. Second, the common tools most companies use, project management software, ERPs, and expense cards, are only partial solutions. They are reactive and leave critical visibility gaps. And third, the most effective solution is a unified platform that manages the entire purchase-to-pay process, like Order.co. Centralizing purchasing and automating budget enforcement means that you can stay proactive without increasing your number of manual tasks. That's all I've got for today's episode of The Byline. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to learn more about Ready How Finance Automation can transform your business, follow the podcast to be notified when the next episode comes out. See you then.